Hey, welcome to White Crow Roping episode 23. I've got 3 shows this weekend outside of Waco, Texas, playing fiddle for my friend Chris Perez. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've been practicing quite a bit, between an hour and a half a day at least, and it's kind of drove home to me how similar it is, or similarities in really everything. But what I'm thinking of specifically is holding tension in my neck and shoulders or relaxing it seems to make a big difference in how well I perform in any, well, both roping, music, and shoeing horses for that matter. It reminds me of the saying I've heard: how you do anything is how you do everything. And I know a lot of times they're talking about how well you make your bed in the morning, or how well you do your job, but it strikes me here that, like, I was watching videos of myself roping the dummy, and I could see I could just see how my neck and shoulder, especially my right shoulder, were getting super tense, and my head was getting cocked over, and what a difference it made when I just consciously thought about letting my head be free and straight, and my shoulders relaxed. And I don't, of course, you never intend to get tense, but it's sometimes you need I need a reminder to just take it easy. And I know that for sure playing fiddle is a good reminder, because you know you're actually using your neck and shoulders a little bit to hold it and play, but you have to be relaxed. And when I'm not, man, it'll let you know fast in a hurry, because like I remember a couple of years ago, I was playing like a 4-hour show, and less than an hour into it, man, my back was all knotted up and tense when I started, and I felt like there was 2 knives sticking into my back, you know, one right under my left shoulder blade and one about in the right middle of my ribs on the right side. And even to this day, I still, if I'm not paying attention, I'm getting better at it. And I've played some shows where I stayed pretty well relaxed the whole time, and man, I played the best I have ever played. So I know it's one of those things, like the way I used to swing my rope, and someone would say, well, don't do that. And say, well, I don't think I'm doing it, but I feel like I don't know any other way. So I've really been working on that on fiddle and roping at the same time, and it's kind of been eye-opening, to say the least. And one of the things that's helped me is watching one of my favorite fiddle players is named Brady Black, and he's been in the Randy Rogers band since the beginning, I guess. And he's awesome, like I say, one of my favorites, and I just love how he plays. He's so smooth, and I've seen him live, and I like his style, and I wish I could play more like him, and one of these days I will. But just watching a video of him playing, it looks so effortless, and his neck is free, and it's like looks like there's no tension anywhere. And I've been trying to imitate that, playing fiddle and roping steers. In fact, last night, yesterday I went to practice, and I determined when I got there that I was going to be aggressive, rope every steer, and I was going to just keep my head, my neck free and relaxed, and sometimes it feels like I have to almost tilt it to the left in order for it to be straight when I see it on video. So that was what I went into it thinking, and I had one of my best. I mean, as far as I know, I roped as once again, I roped as well as I ever have, and turned a bunch of steers on my gray horse, which I've been struggling riding in because I guess I was getting tense, having to push him in his spot and keep my rope swinging, and I was forcing my delivery. And like I say, just working on this with my neck, keeping my neck relaxed and my shoulders, it's at least a start. And I know this may not apply to everyone. If you're naturally athletic and things come easy, then you can disregard all of this. But if you're like me and have been struggling more, then maybe this will help. You just think about it. Remember how much is kind of controlled by your joint. I think it's the atlas joint between your head and neck. Some friend of mine's a chiropractor has talked about how free that joint is determines how easily and how well your body will move and perform like it's supposed to. So with that said, I'm about to go into the chiropractor and get all get all adjusted and relaxed and ready for this weekend. I've been probably working too hard and not recovering enough, so I'm been a little sore from shoeing horses. But just to recap what I've thought about in this video, I really like that saying that how you do anything is how you do everything. And man, it's true. In fact, I noticed that today when I was shoeing a racehorse, and it was like I was imagining each nail I drove. It was like I was roping a steer, and as long as I stayed relaxed and never forced it, then I could just, the nails were coming out perfect. It was like I was getting the flow and they were coming out in line, and sometimes when I get in a hurry shoeing, then I'll start to kind of rush it and hit hard, and I'll miss a nail from time to time or bend a nail. And I've been kind of thinking about that's kind of like getting your hand in front of your tip or forcing your delivery and splitting the horn. So while I've been having to work, then it's almost like I can practice my roping at the same time. Anyway, like I say, this video has been kind of out in the weeds, and I'm excited to kind of discover these things and how these things connect. And I hope that you're inspired to keep digging deeper in how to become better in anything you're doing. And if you like this video, please share it. And I really appreciate you listening this far and putting up with my crazy mind that, well, I like my mind, so I'm just going to keep going and see what happens. Thanks for watching.